Hey guys, and welcome to a new video. The Tequila Day puzzle event just went live, as well as some other stuff. As always, you can find timestamps to jump to those parts that interest you the most. And we're gonna get started with the puzzle event, and I'm gonna save you a lot of time right here at the beginning of the video. This puzzle event is absolutely bad, and it's definitely not worth it to participate here. If you are seeing this number here already being a 15 out of 16 basically, and not 14 out of 16 or something like this is already a bad indicator. And then the next thing that I think is really ridiculously bad is that the golden card here is the main reward, basically the Tequila crypto setup, the 35p and 7% new miner that they released today. The one that you see here up as a main reward of these ones with 15 out of 16 of the tasks is the worst version basically. This one is only a tier 1 version of this with 12p and only 3% of bonus power, so this is absolutely not worth it. And if you would now, for example, go and do 15 tasks and you are unlucky enough to not get this golden card, then the entire puzzle event already is basically not worth it, because also to reach 15 out of the 16 tasks you would either need to exchange here 124 roller token, or you need to open 124 lucky cases and then exchange like 76 roller token. But fact is, the minimum that you need to exchange is either the 76 or 124 roller token, and then you would need to open like 76 of these cases or 124. It depends on what you do basically. And then if you are very unlucky, like I said, you don't get this golden card, you only get the trashy main reward up here and the trashy main reward down here. Then now you have two of these useless miners standing around for a very high price in my opinion. And I don't wanna say this unrespectfully or something or hateful, I just think that these miners are not worth the cost at this point, because you would now need to make this a tier 2 version, and this is quite expensive already for the stats that it has. And even if you happen to get the golden reward and the main reward up here, and you are lucky enough to get both golden cards, let's say with 15 rewards, then now you still spend $124 worth of your currency, or at least 76 depending on what quests you are doing. And now you would need to merge this miner into tier 3 to make it an actual good miner. At that point it has 85p and 15%, but oh boy, this is complete ridiculous expensive in my opinion, also again for these stats, because now you would need to make one tier 2 version, one of them you already get on tier 2 in the puzzle event, and the next one that you need to merge is the tier 3 obviously, and you need in total 1.2k of the green parts and 30 roller token as an additional fee on top of that. So this is quite expensive in my opinion and absolutely not worth it for this kind of stats. There was way better miners and sales lately that we can basically compare to this one, and this puzzle event is ridiculously expensive in my opinion for the stats that it gives. And I think this is another skip like the last 3 or 4 puzzle events at this point. And I think it's kind of sad to see even a main reward here on 11 tasks done to be this weak. Like honestly, the Frost Fort at this point is not worth it to go for the 11 points here. 3.7p and the couple percentage bonus power that it gives, I don't think you should actually aim for 11 tasks at this point. The only thing that maybe you could do is gamble it a little bit and maybe play all of the games up to in total 100 of them, so you could already flip some cards. If you are very lucky after that, you can get some really good reward from here, but further than that I don't think you should exchange all the way to the 124 roller token here, and probably neither you should open those 124 lucky cases and lose all of your token. You should basically just wait it out, gamble with whatever you can afford to lose. Let's say you are exchanging 8 roller token, you open like 8 lucky cases. That would mean that now you already have here 2, 4, 6 of the cards that you can flip plus the other 2 game cards, so you have 8 cards in total, and that is as much as I would go for here, because otherwise you risk losing way too much without having too much to gain in return. Then you would have here the stoic sips, which cannot be sold in the marketplace, but at least you have a miner with 1p and 8 chances to go and get something from here. And if you happen to get the golden card, then that's an easy jackpot, a super easy win. But if you don't get anything out of this, then at least you didn't waste all of your roller token or cryptocurrency, because at this point I think if you wanted to go all in, you would need a lot of, for example, Litecoin. I have at the moment like $60 worth of Litecoin, so in worst cases I couldn't even get all of the rewards even if I wanted to try to, because that's just how expensive expensive this kind of puzzle event is today. I would need to exchange at least, like I said, 76 roller token, but I don't want to touch my Dogecoin. So I'm forced to now either put more money into the system or just go back to mining Litecoin and wait for like 1 or 2 days until I have enough. So basically, long story short, for most people, this puzzle event should be a skip. And because this one is a skip like the last times, obviously there is no conclusion video this time. And let's get into the next topic. We have the next sale of the designer set. Last time I said that I probably miss a point that you cannot get all of the designer set. And it turns out that this one is the last sale now where you can acquire all 8 of them. And I checked the pricing already. You need like 2.5k of Dogecoins or any equivalent of almost $600 to get the entire set. And at that point, the set would of course be really good, like 300% bonus power and 120p that it gives. But I think for the price, again, like the puzzle event, this is absolutely not worth it. And I don't think that anyone should purchase this except you're maybe in the top 100 or something and you get the Dogecoin or whatever you would like to spend from mining. But I don't think that anyone should just put like a lot of money down here to get the set, because in the long run this set is only good if you already have a lot of mining power inside of your room. This one gives like 300% bonus power, as I said, and if you don't have already a really big mining room, like let's say you have already 1E in mining power from miners alone, then this set will barely do anything for you because it comes with only 120p in base power. So the higher your account level already is, or the base mining power talking of your account, then the better the set becomes. And that's probably also the reason why everyone, excluding maybe 1 or 2 people in the top 20 by now, purchased this set. I don't think that anyone in the top 400 or 500 should even consider this. But as I said, if you are like top 100 or maybe top 200, then this set is absolutely insanely good. And anything below that, it's quite expensive for the return that you would get, and I would not consider this. Another thing ongoing is a crafting offer, and this one again is really good. I love the crafting offers we had lately. This time we can get the candy suite. It doesn't cost us any blueprints, it costs us only the 4 legendary fancy and 50 cents in crafting fee. And then this one has already 4.5p and almost 5% bonus power, so this is quite insane actually, the stats for this tiny price that you see here. Another thing we can craft is the anti-phase, and this one is really cheap. It costs you only 50 of the green parts in total and 30 cents in roller token as crafting fee. Then you have already a miner with 2.2p and 1.7% bonus power, so this craft is also something that you can click the button here. And the next thing is a miner from 2 seasons ago, the Cancer miner with 270p and 0.4% bonus power. This one is basically free. It costs you only 120 of the white parts and only 0.1 roller token. And in this case, you could consider even crafting multiple versions of this one and craft it into tier 3 and tier 4 and so on, because the merch itself is not that ridiculously expensive and it's quite good for what it costs. And the other things here, they are already on level 4. I would not consider crafting them multiple times because those ones get too expensive if you wanted to make them the next tier. Another thing ongoing is a landing sale, and this is only going to be available until it's out of stock basically. It costs you around 13 TRX per copy of the miner, and the merch is completely ridiculous. If we're gonna compare it to other merches we had lately, this one is basically free for the power that it gives. If you purchase 2 of the copies for around 26 of the TRX token, then you can already make it for only 1k white wires and also only 0.25 roller token to a miner with 5p and 3%, so this is completely crazy. And then if you are making this one twice, you can now make it a tier 3 version, and at that point it costs you only 75 of the green parts and again only half a roller token. So this merch, you can already see it here, it's not getting that much more expensive the higher you go. And if you wanted to get all the way to level 6 here with 320p and 65%, which is ridiculous stats by the way, then you need only 25 roller token and 8 of the legendary wires, and this one shouldn't be too expensive at the moment. They should be quite affordable for this kind of stats. And if you would compare this now to the puzzle event miner, that's why I say that this miner is complete bad or really trashy merch. This one is way more expensive and it gives way less mining power, and even if you wanted to go all the way to the top, you cannot even do that because this one is unsellable and you can only get this one to tier 3. Meanwhile, this landing sale is kind of only limited, but if you are fast enough, you can make it a tier 6 version for the least price of what the other one costs you with more better stats. So this this is kind of ridiculous. And this is a really good example of a sale that I'm looking forward to if I had the correct currency at this point. I'm not having TRX token, otherwise I would probably purchase some of this and make it as high as I can. On the other hand, the good part about a puzzle event being this bad is that now we can just save a little bit of time. We don't need to invest our time playing games if we don't want to, because in the long run it's not even worth it to get the main reward here if you're not getting the golden cards. So basically we can skip the puzzle event, save a lot of time. We can maybe skip this sale because we don't have the TRX token, and we can just reinvest whatever we are mining at the moment into the next sale or whatever, and we can just enjoy our weekend. That being said, there's another race tournament ongoing at the moment where we could technically win by opening a lot of lucky cases and winning games. We get 500 points for winning one game. If you are actually not skipping the puzzle event, then this is your chance to get a miner with 6.5p and almost 5% bonus power as well as 500 season tokens. But if you're actually trying to skip the puzzle event because you don't want to waste your roller token and currency, then I don't think it's gonna be really good to participate here, because a lot of people are just opening an infinite amount of lucky boxes and you will not stand a chance of winning the race in the first place. Again, here you can save yourself a lot of time throughout the weekend now. Just enjoy your weekend, guys. If you have any more questions, leave them down in the comments below. Thank you for watching and I see you in the next one. Bye!